No, it's not. Read the scriptures I mentioned and see for yourself. But if you don't know the scriptures like that, you shouldn't be out here preaching just yet, bro. 100. Now, this is the comment he referring to. Let's address every single one of them. So this is Genesis 12 and 23. As you can see, this is chapter 12 right here, but ain't no 23. So it's a nigga telling me that I need to read the scriptures, and this nigga just posted a verse that don't exist. But let's continue. Hosea 2 and 23. You too late, my nigga. I already did a whole video breakdown on that, starting from verse 1. Go watch this and come back to me. Go do your research. And anybody else who want to agree with him, go watch this whole video and come back to me. Isaiah 49 and 6. Let's go deal with it. Isaiah 49 and 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. That's the point of the Bible, is that the Messiah comes and saves Israel first, and then through Israel, he is a light into the rest of the world, which is the heathens. The light that the Gentiles are going to be walking in is the commandments that the Messiah is going to use to rule the world through the Israelites, and it was given him that authority by the Father, the Most High, Yahweh. The very next verse tells you that he's not redeeming heathens, but only Israel. It says, thus saith Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One. So how he redeeming the Gentiles, but then the very next verse it says Israel and nobody else? Why wouldn't it say, thus saith Yahweh, the Redeemer of the whole world, of every nation? No, it's still specific, Israel. But let's keep going. Now I told you, the light is the commandments, Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Let's prove this in Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob. Not the God of everybody, not the God of the universe, or the God of the whole entire world, the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. So this is people saying, let us go to the God of Jacob and learn the laws of the God of Jacob. And Jacob is Israel. But let's keep reading. Verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. O house of Jacob, not every one of Abraham's seed, not Ishmael, not none of Keturah's sons, not Esau, Jacob. Come ye and let us walk in the light of Yahweh. Let's keep reading. Revelations 12 and 5. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Now I dare you to say that that's not the Messiah. I dare you. Because it says this man is to rule the nations. Just like verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations. What's the word for nations right here? It's H1471. It's the word goy, and it means Gentile, heathen, nation, people. This is him ruling the nations. Now, Isaiah 56 and 7. I already dealt with that. Go watch this video right here. It's a whole breakdown on it. You're late once again. Isaiah 60 and 3. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. We already dealt with that. That's them coming to the God of Jacob, to the house of Jacob, learning the commandments and walking in them. It's nothing new. Jeremiah 16, 19 through 21. O Yahweh, my strength, my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely Our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Now, this verse is a cut to himself. I don't know why he brought this up. This is a verse explaining how all the Gentiles are going to say, we have been highly mistaken. We thought the God of Israel was somebody else, but surely he's the God of Israel, the God of Jacob. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahweh. Now, we already went through this, how we know that the Gentiles are going to say, we need to go to the house of Jacob, to the God of Israel, and learn how to keep the commandments. Who's going to teach them? The Israelites, who have already been learning the commandments. Why? Because it's been put in their spirit. They have a new heart. They know the law by heart now. It's in their hearts. So they're going to be the ones teaching the Gentiles because the Gentiles don't know it. That's why they're saying we need to go learn. Zechariah 2:11. Jeremiah 2:11. And many nations shall be joined to Yahweh in that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that Yahweh Sabaoth, or the Lord of hosts, has sent me unto thee. Now, this seems like what he's saying is like, uh-oh, this is what I was trying to show you. Gentiles receiving everlasting salvation. But let's go up a couple of verses, just a little bit. Verse 8. For thus saith Yahweh Sabaoth, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. So this literally just said that the nations that touch Israel have touched the apple of Yahweh's eye. Meaning, he only sees us, the pupil. We're the pupil in his iris, in his eye, not the other nations. But let's keep reading. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that Yahweh Sabaoth hath sent me. This just said that the Israelites were spoiled, and they were servants to people, and those people didn't know they was touching the apple of the Most High's eye. And since they did that, he's going to spoil them and make them serve the Israelites who they had as servants. He's going to flip the script. Right after that, he says, sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith Yahweh. So you're like, in Zion, you should be happy. And Zion is another name for Jerusalem, because he's like, I'm fitting to flip it on them. I'm fitting to put my people back, and the people that was oppressing my people, I'm fitting to flip it. And they're going to be on top. They're going to be the head, and now the heathen are going to be the tail. Then you read verse 11, and it says, and the many nations shall be joined with Yahweh. Well, how will they be joined? I'll show you how. Deuteronomy 29:10. Ye stand this day, all of you, before Yahweh Aluhiga, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp. There's going to be strangers, but what they going to be doing? It says, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water. Servants. They're going to serve the Most High Yahweh by being servants to the apple of his eye. Malachi 1:11. For from the rising of the sun even to the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering, for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith Yahweh Sabaoth. Now everybody knows, if you're a heathen, that means you're not an Israelite. So ain't no spiritual Israel. So the heathens are going to fear his name because what he's going to do to them for touching the apple of his eye. I like how you line all these verses up. They actually all go together and work for the benefit of the opposite of what you were saying. That's all before Paul, right? Don't be so filled with hate or bitterness. Read Matthew 20:1-16. Now let's go to Matthew 20. Now, for time's sake, we're not going to read all 16 chapters, but let's just hit some key points. First verse mentions the kingdom of heaven. Mashiach came to tell his people about the kingdom of heaven. Nobody else, you don't see him telling any Gentiles about the kingdom of heaven. Already scratched it for what you're trying to say. But just to show us about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, verse 10. The first kingdom, which is the northern kingdom, thought that they should have more than the other people because they were the circumcision and looked at the northern kingdom as heathens. But now the northern kingdom had that same opportunity to come back because Mashiach, the messenger of the covenant, has made the two sticks, Judah and Ephraim, become one. I guess I did read, huh?